Yeah, Kelvin, you talked about earlier in the week just how this is going to be a tough stretch with injuries, playing 3 games, all the travel, getting through all that, with going 3-0. How does that feel, and just being able to get through that?
Yeah, I'm just proud of our ability to stay together. We've been, you get knocked down. Isn't that what life's about? You just get knocked down. But you've got to get up. We lost Taze to COVID for 10 days. We lost Marcus for the year, Tramon for the year. Like last year, we lost Dejan, we lost Quentin, we lost Josh, we lost Bryson. Now we've lost Tramon, and now we've lost Marcus. 6 out of our top 7 players. So we've got a completely new team. I don't lose sight of that. When I go to practice, you're used to seeing certain guys for a long time, but I love this team. I love these kids. They're fighters. They've adopted culture that guys before them have established in 2014-15, and these other kids have embraced it. But over Christmas, that was tough. I felt bad for Marcus, though, that he's having such a monster year. I felt bad for Tramon, that he was really starting to play well. And then, early in that Alabama game, I said, and that's the last time we saw him. So losing those guys. It's tough on these kids, too, because that's one of their brothers. That's one of my sons. That's one of their brothers. We 2 guys down. And you look over there, and it's like watching TV. Sometimes you just got to change the channel. We played one way, Marcus and Tramon. We don't have them anymore. Now we play a different way. And we're going to have to adjust again. Because teams are going to adjust to Josh. And we've got a lot of work to do. What I'm looking forward to is practicing this. We haven't been able to practice. We haven't been able to, we've been using game days as our practices. For instance, Philadelphia, it seemed like a long time ago, but wasn't even a week ago, was it? Last Sunday. We practiced for an hour. Finally got the guys' attention because everybody was still, I think, a little bit heavy heart over Marcus and Tramon. So we put some things in the day of the Temple game and went out and executed it well. Just didn't have any subs. Didn't have, Ramon was big tonight. Forget his contributions, just his minutes were huge. They were able to rest guys. And then in Tampa on Wednesday, the day of the game, we had an awesome practice. And so we got a game tonight. But we had to have that practice. Because we had to work on our execution. I think we scored 8 points on baseline out of bounds plays because we executed. Same thing today. I think we scored 6 points on baseline out of bounds plays. We put in 2 new ones today. We executed. So we were here this morning at 6:30. We practiced at 6:30 this morning. But we did that last year, the year before, and the year before. When we have 11 o'clock games, pregame meals at 7 in the morning. It means we practiced before pregame meal. We put our kids in a hotel last night. They were here at 6 o'clock this morning. And we, worked on reinforced our game plan. We worked on it yesterday, but today we really honed in on it. But we got a new team, Had that been in December, probably didn't need to, But now, we're new. But this team's 3-0. And the thing that I'm encouraged about is I think we can get better. We're going to shoot the ball better. We have bad shooting days. I don't worry about that. What were we from the 3? Our most valuable player today was Kyler. He was 1 for 14, 1 for 8. But he had 7 rebounds. He had 5 assists. And he guarded a TNT package. An NTN's TNT package. It can go off. But, I don't even know how many points he got. He had 11 points. So, from a coaching standpoint, I loved what Kyler did today. He really our team really guarded. That's, that team, holding that team to 40% with all the weapons, they have. And they shot it well today. And they made a bunch of open threes. And caught us in our, rotations a little bit, but they made those shots. But we had, 17 offensive rebounds. We missed, 34 shots and around 34 shots and had 17 offensive rebounds. We're top 5 offensive rebounding team in the nation for a reason. It's part of our offense. Sometimes, having a safety blanket, alleviates the fear of having to have a great shooting night. We didn't shoot it well. Josh is getting better at free throws. We're all improving there. But, our goal is just to keep getting better. I'm anxious, our kids need some time off. I mean, they're dragging. Coaches are dragging too. It's been a tough stretch for us since Christmas. And so, and I knew that when I looked at the calendar, we fly from Houston to Philadelphia on Saturday, play Sunday. Fly Philadelphia back to Houston, get back at 1:30 in the morning. Then turn around 2 days later and fly Houston to Tampa. Played, that night and come back, same thing, get in around 1 o'clock, whatever time it was. And then 2 days later, we're playing again. Think about that. With a, short roster. So, we got some things we need to tighten up, some areas we need to add. But I'm excited about, where I think this team can be. Now we don't have the ceiling we had before, but we do have a ceiling. And, we're going to try to hit that ceiling, be as good as we can be. Never how good that is, we'll find out. And our goal is to, just keep hitting our ceiling. And I've got a great group of kids to coach.
So among the new things you mentioned, the one constant defense, I wanted to ask you just about, I think you've called ETN at some points a conference player to your caliber.
He was the first season player of the years, that's what I call it.
The job you guys, did on him, you mentioned Tyler and
in the ball screen coverages too. They run a lot of isolation for him, but they do a lot of, screening at certain angles. 45-degree angle, back screen, screener. Every time he screens, he's going to receive the screen. But we got on his outside hip, chased him, and then we helped, with the other guys. Our team defense was just really good tonight. They've got some guys that, played well, for them. But we're tough. When you're tough, you don't have to be great. You just gotta be tough. And our kids, we're 3-0 right now because we're not better than everybody else. We're 3-0 because we're tough.
Josh, what has been different for you at the free throw line? Have you changed form, just mental? What's been different for you at the moment?
You never know when coach is going to make them shoot free throws.
I didn't change nothing really. Just I had the same routine. I just been getting no more shots and just clearing my head mentally and not really tripping myself over the free throw line. Just staying balanced and holding my follow through and just getting shots up with coach every day.
Josh, did it mean anything for you to have Hakeem here? And he said how much he wanted to talk to you after the game, and what was that conversation on?
Oh yeah, just having a legend like him in the building, it was great. Having him come out and watch us, just his presence. Guy I watched a lot. He was playing before I was born, but I watched a lot of film growing up, and just having him here is great.
And did he tell you anything specifically?
Oh, he just told me I play great. I played good, and he liked the way I just went after the ball.
Mark, on the live video. Mark, go ahead.
Josh, along those lines a while ago, you talked about how impressed he is with you. What does that mean if you come from the Hall of Fame?
It means a lot. Coming from someone like him who's played at the highest level, at a high level, on Hall of Fame level, just having him be able to compliment me is means a lot to me.
Okay, now that you're a few games in back from, COVID, are you starting to get more comfortable back in that place where you feel like you need to be, just in terms of contributing, especially with how short-handed you are and giving those meaningful minutes?
Yeah, I can honestly say my teammates and coaches helped me be more confident. They helped put confidence into myself. So with that being said, I don't know, I just want to thank them because I don't think it would have been how today was. I don't think it would have been like that without those guys.
So Isaiah, did you, when you were at Bakersfield, did you run the offense a lot, or are you comfortable doing that in that role?
I mean, yeah, but I try to do whatever it is they need to win. I could really care if the ball is in my hand. I could care less if I score. I just want to win.
Well, could you talk about Jamal Sheff's growth as a leader on the floor and what he's doing for you in terms of distributing the ball, patience, everything that's part of that?
Yeah, well, he's, don't lose sight of the fact he's first year player. Last year doesn't count. That's COVID and, he had no goal. Taze Moore, Quentin Grimes, Sasser and Tramon. Those four guys, along with Justin and Reggie and Bryson and Dave and J1, takes the final four. He was a great teammate on the bench. So now he's a freshman. And the thing I wanted him to be today was more disruptive. He's got a toughness about him that did not show up at all against Temple. He just wore out. He had no energy. He just had nothing. And then he still had dead legs because he just couldn't come out of the game. Unless you've been see things through my lens, you don't realize the fatigue factor for our guys. It's not everybody plays as hard as these kids do. They get tired. And for him at his age, to lead us to 3 straight wins, tells you a lot about his maturity. But point guards here, the only statistic that really matters should be the scoreboard. I have no idea what his numbers were tonight. I don't know how many assists he had, I don't know how many points he had, I could care less. I know his team won. When our point guards buy into the only statistic is that scoreboard, that's when they can grow. That's why I'm so proud of a guy like Taze. Taze didn't force one shot. He broke one thing we wanted to do is when the team pressed us, we wanted to go attack. And we don't want to get the ball across half court and start playing lateral east and west. We want to play north and south. Taze did a good job of getting down there and he missed the layup. And then Josh got the rebound and got arm tackled, and they wound up going the other way. But he listens. I told Taze to run through that brick wall. When he first got here, he looked at me cross-eyed. Now he'd say, "Coach, can I get a running spot?" That's what happens, guys that come here and stay and buy in.
Right. John, just a few weeks ago, you were up here and Coach was telling us about how you guys had the ability to run things through you, and that was about the time that Tramon and Marcus were going to be out. Now that you've seen 4 or 5 games, what the front court has been able to do, can you kind of just describe, you guys stepping up or you guys doing your part to sort of work through, figuring things out here?
Yeah, we just, Marcus going out, that's a lot of points to be out of the place, Tramon. So just trying to find ways to score. Coach has emphasized getting me. And I just think, I need to improve my decision making. I had 5 turnovers. So I really want to cut down on that. Yeah. It's just, when to move the ball in traffic, when dagger out offensive rebounds and keeping the ball, secure. So, if coaches don't trust me, to throw the ball in, I have to make the right decision.
We'll go back to Chris and come to you, Mark.
Taze and Josh, in the days, I guess weeks now after you found out about Marcus and Tramon before that, did you guys talk amongst yourselves as a team about what you have to do? What were the conversations like among the players?
Really, we didn't talk too much. It's just you know, the season was going to stop because Tramon and Marcus can't play as much as people out there. There's still games to play. So we kind of just knew we just going to have to find a way. There's not as much margin for error, and so we're not going to be able to maybe blow teams out like we were before, but we still have to find a way to win games. So we pretty much just everybody knew that, you know, whatever role we had before, we going to have to take another step and be ready.
I can agree with that. I think Josh remembers when Fabian, he texted us and he told us that, and Fabian's a good leader. I just have to throw that out there. He's a great leader. But he texted both of us and told us that we have to step up in ways that we didn't think we would for this team, just because we and Josh want to win. We want to do what needs to be done to win. But Fabe told us that we need to step up in ways that'll help this team win and help us put ourselves in position to hopefully get to the Final Four to the conference tournament.
Fabian hurt his ankle. That's why he didn't go back in today. But I know. I was trying to play 4 guards there for a minute, and I couldn't keep him off the offensive glass. So I put J1 in, and J1 blocked the shot, got 2 defensive rebounds, and 2 free throws. So made a great contribution today, as did Ramon. Ramon got a steal and looked like he was getting ready to get up. And then the guy, Taze him from behind. He took off too far, didn't he?
Fabian just rolled it. Or?
Yeah, just flipped it. Appreciate us. Or flipping ankles was a spot. It was a buy. He put a lot of money in Houston Cougar ankles.
Mark, we'll get a Mark in a bit.
Well, before I ask you a question, are you concerned about Fabian going forward with the ankle, or is it not that serious?
I don't know.
So, Hakeem couldn't say enough good things about you and Josh. He took pictures of them, came into your locker and spoke to your kids. What's it mean to have Hakeem around your program from time to time like you mentioned that?
Yeah, well, he's been around our program a lot. The new guys haven't seen him, but, you know, when I was over with the Rockets is where Dream and I formed a relationship. You know, he's just a good man. Everybody was talking about him as a basketball player. I have no interest in talking about that. I think he's a better person than he is a player. You know, he's just a sweetheart of a man. He's so effusive in his praise of our program, his support with the program since I've been here. So it's always good to have him around. You know, I know he travels and he's busy, but you know, our guys. You know, we look at this program just the time we've been here. But Elvin Hayes is the one that dug the well. Everybody else is drinking from it. You know, Elvin's the greatest Cougar of them all. But for generationally, maybe people are more familiar with Dream. I'm not even sure you can go and YouTube Elvin. It's so long ago. I'm not sure you're capable of doing it. I don't know. I don't think of that kind of stuff. But Elvin is the Cougar. You know, when you think about the greatest player ever here, to me, it's Elvin, and to me, this will always be Coach Lewis's program. Coach Lewis will always be the greatest coach here at the University of Houston. Those guys are the ones that establish this as a place where you can go.
One more question.
Kelvin, a few games ago, you told us the story about when you were in Indianapolis and you had time to recruit, and you talked to Josh, and Tyler was also a guy that was, and then Taze was the last pick. When you look back, I know recruiting is so important, but when you look back a year later and what y'all have all been through, those 3 guys are now a central. They were going to be, but they're even more bigger part of what you guys are having to do. Can you just kind of about the importance of, you know, sometimes you never know how things are going to roll. And
yeah, but you know what you know. You know, nobody else does. It's like somebody trying to guess who I'm going to recruit. Nobody has any idea. No clue. Nor do they have any clue about people other guys. They don't know them. You know, I don't recruit a statistic. I don't recruit a star. I recruit a human being. You know, you got to be able to play here. Now, I coached against Josh, and I felt like we could use him, and I had a plan for him. I knew exactly what I was getting in Kyler. A good friend of mine was the head coach at Cal State Bakersfield. Somebody I have the utmost respect for as a coach. When I was a coach at Oklahoma, he was the coach at the University of Mississippi, Rod Barnes. You know, but our staff does a great job. You know, Kelvin is the one that initiates the conversation with Josh and Kyler. Now, Kyler we recruited at a high school. You know, we had Nate and Caleb. You know, we're always running the guards. But the one that we had to make there was no decision with Kyler and Josh. I knew them. I knew everything about Kyler and Josh as human beings, as teammates, whether they fit our culture. I knew all that. And I knew what good of players he was. And we basically had them before we even played the championship game. So I knew we were going to lose Quentin. I knew we were going to lose Dejan. And before we even tipped off on Saturday afternoon, I had their replacements. Taze was the one though. Now we had, because of the success that Quentin's had and Dejan's had, we have a lot of kids that would like to transfer here. We get a lot of calls. I'll get from players you'd be shocked that we didn't go on. But we're pretty good here at evaluating who fits us. I thought that Taze's best days were ahead of him. Because I don't know if you guys know, he had a horrific leg injury and had surgery, multiple surgeries, and missed 300 and some days because of his leg injuries. You know, so the reason why he's been in school so long is the only reason is because of his injuries. But Rod Barnes couldn't say good enough things about him. My biggest concern with Taze is if we get enough mud in his blood. You know, kids with sugar in their veins don't do very good here. And I just was worried about could I get some mud in his blood. And since he's been here, he's gotten muddy.
Coach, Taze, Josh, thank you very much for your time.